Folks, welcome again to Notes from the Underground Special Edition. We are here, excited and live at Earth Day. And folks, the Earth has brought us all together. And folks I haven't seen in a while. And folks that I'm already connected with anyway, which makes me going crazy. But folks, I'm here with the Latinas. I hope I said that correctly.
Y Chicanas también.
Oh, there you go. I have the president and CEO of National Cities Chamber of Commerce, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, make some noise for us.
Hi, what's
Let me know if you
up?
can hear
We're
her.
here at Life's Investment Center at Cannabis Row at Earth Day, representing the National City Chamber of Commerce and our Green Business Program.
Green business. And go ahead, you can talk, ma'am. What's your name?
Janice Reynoso, Executive Director of Mundo Gardens. We're a community garden and social justice organization. We put the cultura and agricultura. National City.
Agriculture for the rest of you folks that don't know that regular out here. And also we have another Latina, Caribbean. Tell us who you are.
Hello. This is DJ Essence representing KNSJ Radio. Listen to us, 89.1 FM, commercial-free radio, San Diego.
And where are you from?
I represent the Dominican Republic and also Chula Vista. What's up?
Oh, South Bay Dominicana.
Yes.
I'm scared of you all. Okay, folks, the help. Folks, they're getting us. They're grabbing us right here. We out here working in the fields.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
He said, hide your kids and your wives. Man, that's tough. Well, folks, before we start hiding anything, I want to get some information out. And first and foremost, again, this is a chance again for us to reconnect, and especially talk about health, organic foods, and our connection with Santee Lou. And I'm going to tell you, Santee Lou touched me last year, August 18th, when he called me up along with some medium, a lady that reads cards, and a witch. I don't know why, but for some reason, it's about energy, but whatever reason. But he seriously brought me out and was saying, Dan, you are a warrior. You have to go out, and you're the first people that the people see. So you have to bring it back to the king and queen, a la Jacqueline and everybody else, right? And to you, in regards to information. You know what I'm saying? The king and queen don't go out and meet the new people. You got to go, they're attacking us, fighting us, or we're going to be friends. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting me, are you?
I know about fighting injustice, so I hear you.
You hear me
and
there,
also
right.
being the face of the community, but not so much speaking to our passions and what is the concept of that we might have for the community, but actually representing the voice of the community. So that's where we are when we're doing the grassroots work. So if it's along those lines, I hear you. If not, then you got to break it down.
It is along those lines. You're just telling the story, And the bottom line is you are bringing nutrition and organic foods and learning health and nutrition to our communities that we're not being taught. What brought you into that, and what made you decide? How long have you been doing it, and what made you decide to get into it?
I've been doing it a little bit over 10 years. I was living in different parts of the states and then came back to San Diego in my hometown, National City, and also where I grew up in Southeast San Diego. So what I saw was that a lot of it was familiar, it felt good, it was home, but then I'm like, why are things still staying the same? And so when I started to study, educate myself and my children on how our communities were designed and learning about injustices, environmental injustice, that our communities for some reason didn't have the green space we needed, for some reason didn't have the grocery stores that we needed access to, much less having organic fruits and produce available to us. So I thought, why are we dying? 60% of us in our community, by learning this data and this training that was available to myself and other leaders or aspiring leaders, I thought, what is it that I can do to help save lives, and what is it I can do to put food on the table for my daughters that I'm raising independently? And so how many more people share the same narrative? Are we promoting health? Who has access to this education, and who has access to these health benefits? So we're talking health equity, and in including that, we bring in the culture, right? We're not working in silos. We're not just growing food in the community, but we make it culturally relevant and culturally responsive. And so how do we, continue to spread that education, make it accessible, make it more tangible, but also, put some sazon, put some flavor in it. We have music, at the garden when we're planting, and we're painting, and we're including different mediums of art. And so that's where our forte has been, and it has grown since then.
And I love it, and the opportunity. And I'm still like, man, the food. And again, I got to try some of the organic food that you guys had cooked there, and I was at the National City, I guess, city meeting. What was it called?
City Council?
Well, I'm not that good. I'm city council.
I'm not sure. Was it a world market? Was it?
Oh, I'm
council
sorry. I'm
meeting?
sorry, folks. Let me going back. It was the national city. When you speak, the State of the Union, City of the Union. I'm sorry,
Okay, got
the
it.
meeting. And I noticed that diversity and talking about their organic foods. It was delicious and the things that we're doing. Also having the Filipino community in there. Now
That's
they're
right.
gonna feed you over there too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah.
Call me eat them, and I know what eat them means now, but I didn't know then. But I'll find. I'll let you know later on. But seriously, is teaching that. And what makes me more proud is to know you have your sister, Jacqueline, here. Jacqueline, the CEO and president of the Chamber of Commerce in National City. You can sit back down. And we're excited to say, wow, a family affair trying to change your community.
Yes, so as I mentioned, we're here representing the Green Business Program, and that was an effort that we started about 10 years ago out of the Chamber of Commerce. And at that time, there wasn't a lot of green initiatives that were really advocating for businesses institutionalizing some of those practices to save money, but also to save the environment. And so we started off just teaching about energy efficiency and different incentives that were available. And since it's evolved to include water conservation, waste diversion, alternative transportation, and now health and wellness. And what's important is that it's part of the culture of the community to think green, think sustainable for their minds, their bodies, even for business, right? In order for something to last, you have to really know the management practices that have to go into place and the conscious practices in order to sustain your operations and sustain our ecosystem, our environment in National City. So it's been a labor of love. It's been a wonderful partnership amongst different organizations. We work with the city of Chula Vista and managing and implementing the Freebie program, free and reduced energy business evaluations for businesses. So it doesn't cost them anything. We're a friendly knock on the door and just trying to get everybody, to participate, because whether we like it or not, we're in a very progressive state, which we're blessed to be so in California. And there are strict measures that we're going to have to meet, policy, legislation that says we have to reduce our carbon footprint and reduce the amount of energy, that we're using. And so you'll see that in every public utility. You'll see it everywhere around you. And so I think, for a small community like National City, making them aware of these practices is really important. And it ties into, other efforts. There's a lot of great nonprofit organizations doing great work in the city. Mundo Gardens is one, Olivewood Gardens and Learning Center as well. Arts, which is an art center for creative youth development right in the heart of downtown National City behind City Hall. So it really takes a community focus to deal with everything, not just sustainability, right? So it's important that, we continue to engage folks in the discussion, try to navigate policies that are supportive to support a healthy and thriving National City.
Rise and shine. We got no time. Rise and shine.
And I love it. And obviously, and the reason I bring you into, obviously, you served the military. You are a woman of color, a woman, and a Spanish influence, obviously, where the community that we live in. And you seeing that, obviously, the carbon footprint from the military, obviously, being in our area, the lead that's been in the dirt and the water and the oil from Logan all the way down. But how do you feel what we need to do in order to help support that and make sure that the military or federal government looks at that carbon footprint as well?
I think the main thing, speak to your politicians, write them letters, let them know that, I don't care military or not, trash and pollution in our oceans and are especially so close to, not only for the animals, but also for the people, human consumption, and things that have to do with health, pertaining to health. That's what I think as a community you can start by letting your politicians know that new policies need to be in place, standards need to be higher, and people need to be accountable for, their actions, and that's how I feel about that.
And the funny thing is, I'm working now. I'm working on the STEM program and other programs I'm trying to implement in certain cities. So we're not falling behind in programming in other areas that I'm working on personally. One of the things, obviously, and I can say it here on TV, but I'm already working with the Sequans in the National City. I'm from here. I'm 47. I ain't 14. I'm from here. I went to Helix. You know about them champs, and you know that if you're going to call me, we're going to get it done. So that being said, connecting the communities and the other people into this. Coming soon to Notes from the Underground Special Edition, the Red Eye Nation in San Diego.
Hey, this is Nathan Liu from Mongol Tribe, and you're listening to Notes from the Underground. For me, this is really about community. Because not only am I creating community in an environmental, ecological sense, but I'm creating community, in my human family. And that connection to each other, the connection to culture, it's rooted in food. We're not separate from nature. That's a new concept. That's a very Western concept. So that connection to nature is rooted in all of our native traditions. Where does our food come from? Where do we come from? How are we connected? And the more we have a relationship with that genetic relationship, then we start to understand why we eat certain foods and why certain foods nourish us more than others.
Don't bite me. I didn't do nothing. Look at folks, love animals.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful. They're sweet. And these are all pets. They're all for folks to have as companions. They're really sweet.
What's wrong? What's wrong, baby? What's wrong? What happened?
Yeah, he's just saying, don't eat me.
Okay, I won't eat you. I'm gonna eat guinea pig. Now them chickens right next to you, though. Watch out.
It is so cute.
Beautiful.
When people eat the food from here, what is their first reaction?
It's one of appreciation for the complexity of flavor.
Maybe it's a secret, or maybe I'm just throwing something out there so they'll shoot me later. But I'm hearing possibly about a casino in National City.
That information I am not aware of, but we are on Kumeyaay land, and so National City is
Big Chief, you know what time it is.
very much a part of the Kumeyaay indigenous history and territory. So there have been some development projects over at Marina Gateway, and they took ground probably about a decade ago now, and I wouldn't be surprised that Sequan is looking for expansion. They've got their new wonderful resort that they just opened up. And they've always been an integral part of National City's politics, civic engagement, history. So wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to be honest, I haven't heard that.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
And then going back to
saying there's a chance.
Talk to the tribe.
So going back to I'd like to go back to the discussion on conservation efforts and those sitting at the table. So being a grassroots organizer, knowing the importance of communicating with politicians and higher ups, but also including everyone at the table. We're talking about multi-generational, multicultural, and respecting and working with the indigenous Kumeyaay community. So really sitting down and having a meeting about what is the vision of the true original peoples, because they are still here and they're still guardians of this land. And so how can we respect that and work together to bring prosperity for all, wherein, in turn we've been kind of disenfranchised, not kind of, but really has been historically disenfranchised. And so taking back the land, cleaning up the waters, and working together so that we all benefit, we can all work together.
And man, like this says, and I'm going out here to say, because obviously you guys are Latina, but I'm going to say Mexico is a country, right? It's a country.
Yes.
It's not, what are you? I'm Mexican. I'm American, right? But
Yeah.
you got to describe you. So when I look at you guys and your family, what would you say your heritage is?
We are mestizo, so I want to go back to my Mexican heritage, also being a Latina woman. So, we can switch titles or whatever we want to call it, but Chicana, Mexicana, and also honoring and respecting, again, our indigenous roots. So that's how
I'm part Blackfoot Indian. I'm dancing with hip hop.
Yeah.
The police don't pull me over and say, hey, you part Blackfoot Indian. So get your butt out here.
Well, National City is a community of immigrants. It's 75% immigrants, with the majority representing Latinos, and primarily from Mexico. So, it's reflected. And I think that's the beauty of a community like National City, that it's so diverse, it's so culturally rich, still connected to a lot of its tradition and heritage. And I think, we celebrate that. And that's what people are looking for. They're looking to be something, part of something familiar, but also part of something bigger that binds them. And I think that's what culture does. And that's what we're doing today, right? I mean, we're all just becoming a little bit more aware and conscious about developments in medicine, and I think we need to educate ourselves and make sure that we're making the best decisions for ourselves, for our community. So it's interesting right now. National City gave the green light to move forward on studying the economic impacts of cannabis and that industry in the city, which is a step forward, because we were there 2 years ago advocating on behalf of the National City Chamber of Commerce to identify opportunities, but also to move ahead with caution and learn from our neighboring cities, including Chula Vista and the city of San Diego, that already have active ordinances. I love that you said that.
I love, and again, I'm not cutting you off more than I'm loving that you're saying, you know what, we have to express this a little bit. Yeah. People are scared to talk about it. Our agriculture is based on the people who grow our agriculture. Yeah. Our food is the most important thing to me. So is consumption of any kind of food or a product.
Or medicine. And I think those that appreciate a free market economy also appreciate choice and freedom of choice. And so anyway, that's part of the discussion, but a large part of it is education, and it's destigmatizing what cannabis is and what it isn't, and how it can be used and how it shouldn't. And I think there's just a world of education that needs to be explored, and so that's a role that we're playing as well as the Chamber of Commerce. We're really just trying to reach out, us ourselves, at the leaders at the table. We're constantly learning. As a matter of fact, even our mayor's learning. Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis went out to Sacramento. She went to a cannabis conference, invited her city attorney's office. They came back with a lot of great information, presented it to council, and that's where they decided to move forward, and study it. So we'll see. And I think for any policy to be well balanced, you have to study it and understand it completely. So we're working alongside Chula Vista.
I don't trust Sacramento. I'm gonna tell you that. San Diego's leading the way. Everybody knows in California, San Diego's the #1 place of cannabis right now. Period. They call us to ask us, what are you guys doing, right? So I'm gonna say, and again, I got the top people from Humboldt down to Tijuana. I promise you, almost to Tijuana. I mean, not even to Tijuana. But the bottom line, seriously, is tying these people back in and making sure the communities. Like, I remember the Pussycat Theater. Don't try to trick me about National City, right? I know about the Trophy Lounge. Don't get mad. It's the truth, right? It's history, right? Oh, you guys are laughing. You must know about it. I'm not the only one, right?
Yeah, that's civic history.
Right, it is. It is funny history.
It was also ranch land. So it was Rancho de la Nación. So we're going back to Cultura and Agricultura. So we do have a rich agricultural history, so let's get back to that.
We sure do. Agriculture over there.
Get more out of life with Dynamite.
Anyway, but I'm being silly, but also saying seriously, it's okay, but how do we tie programs where we can get government money to assist us in those special needs like the STEM programs, education, mathematics, science? That's the whole point about growing. How can we not grow hemp? That's not federally rated. And again, I'm just talking mess like girl, like you're at the Congress, but I'm like, why don't we grow hemp on that?
I'm glad we had that conversation.
Let's talk more about STEM too, because we want to put the A for arts. Right
you already know about that. Well, I love you. I didn't want to do that. See, the arts is a whole different ballgame.
Steam is not just smoke; it's steam. So
you're right.
We want to put the A in there.
Yeah, STEAM and team, that's, together everyone accomplishes more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in general, I think one thing that is important to National City, for example, is workforce development. So opportunities in various industries, right? And so not everyone is made to be an educator or a doctor, a lawyer, or a, behind the desk professional. We also need tradespeople. And so there's that diversity of workforce experience, and we need to acknowledge that there needs to be more of a concerted effort and investment in really developing our residents and our community, because we still have some of the highest unemployment rates in all of the county, and we've definitely made progress in that area. But these are real issues, right, that are affecting our community. And so whenever we talk about
stress, because they can't smoke no weed.
Yeah, well, when you talk about the growth of any industry, be it the craft beer industry or the cannabis industry or hospitality or automotive, which National City is known for the mile of cars, any of those, right, you need the workforce, and we need to be aware and create a pipeline for that workforce. And I think that's, sometimes missed. So we just have to be forward thinking, look at the high growth industries, prepare, our future, our youth for those opportunities, including STEM and STEAM. And so I sit on the board of ARTS, which is a creative youth development organization. And that's really the conversation that we're trying to put at the table is how can we create an environment, an economy that values creative youth and values their contributions in any industry, in science, in business, and putting a value on that so that students not only are able to express themselves freely and be creative minds, but also make a living out of it.
Right.
So anyhow, that's a whole kind of
You did it. You said it. You said education. Both of you guys, all three of you guys, really talked about education and educating people on different programs and opportunities. That's the problem. We just don't have the opportunities because we're not doing those things. I'm studying things now that we're just not doing. I know we're not. Do we got a gaming center down there? Nope. But they're building esports arenas everywhere else. Why don't we have an esports arena? And then guess who plays video games? All them dudes in the military that come to 32nd Street will come right down to the esports arena, and now you're getting government money twice. Yeah. Did I say that too loud? Yeah. Don't tell anybody yet, because I'm already doing it.
You said something important, and so did our Dominicana friend here, is civic engagement. That is so critical, right? I mean, we could all complain and not be happy with our situation.
And like stuff on Facebook or not like it.
Yeah,
but you gotta show up.
Unless you're doing something to really influence the outcome of decisions that are made by city leaders, and it happens at every level. It happens on your school board, right? You don't like something, you don't like how your principals are at your child's elementary school, then you speak up and you do something about it, and you get engaged.
Teach your own kids, you bums.
Yeah, no,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, folks.
I lead with love. I don't know about you.
Sometimes you get a smack in the booty. I had belts. We weren't shooting up schools then, but anyway, got your belt whooped. No, I'm kidding. Did you ever get a butt whooping?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're Mexican.
I thought you was good. Just because you're Mexican, you could have been good. What is that? I got this. We got butt whoopings and we was Mexican.
All right.
Well, I was eating tacos though.
We're just kids.
Yeah, we are kids.
You
You're right.
incite your parents.
Yeah, you did. But seriously, I'm gonna say one thing honestly. Proud of you. And I know it seems silly for people to say that. I'm a grown man to be able to say that. I'm proud of you guys for being in the position of changing the lives in our communities. I'm dead serious about that. I'm all about that. Yeah. I'm gonna talk some mess, but I'm gonna get you 20 and 10. But that's me. That's my job. My job is for people to focus on me and the hate, I guess. Yeah. So you can go shoot that 3 if you know what I mean. That's my job. So it's not bad. It's love.
Traveling Hands is a company of highly talented massage therapists. Everybody's very, very good at what they do, and we travel all over Southern California. The other part that really separates us is the staff. I've personally been in the spa business for about 20 years. I've been doing massage for over 15 of those. Everybody that works with me has had to give me a massage. So I know firsthand their techniques, where they really shine. So if somebody calls me looking for something specific, I know which therapist to set them up with. Right now we have about 15 on staff. When you hire us for massage, you can expect that we're going to show up on time. We're going to bring all the equipment. We're going to make you as comfortable as possible in your own space, and you're going to get a great massage, and you're going to feel better afterwards.
And I wanted to say thank you guys, because with all those initiatives that you guys mentioned are extremely important. I feel like they will cause an impact, generations to come in many aspects, like business, health, even civic engagement, like you said, and just inspire, because I feel inspired listening to you guys speak about, the vision and where we are and what we can accomplish as a community. It makes me proud, and I really appreciate it that you guys are, putting your time and effort to accomplish those.
But where can we get more information? And please say it in English and Spanish for all my people.
You can go to Facebook or Instagram, Mundo Gardens. And also you can email me, janice@mundogardens.com.
All right. And this is Jacqueline Reynoso again from the National City Chamber of Commerce. All of my team is there to help you out for business and community development needs. You can reach us at nationalcitychamber.org or call us at 619-477-9339.
We need it in Spanish. I mean,
Oh, all right. Ahora en español. Bueno, nos pueden encontrar en la Cámara de Comercio de National City, ahí para recibirlos con sus preguntas sobre negocios o desarrollo comunitario. Nuestra página de web es nationalcitychamber.org o nos pueden llamar a nuestro número de teléfono al área 619-890-6614.
También pueden comunicarse con Mundo Gardens por Facebook o Instagram, Mundo Gardens. Y también me pueden mandar un correo electrónico en info@mundogardens.com. Janice at mundogardens.com or info@mundogardens.com.
I'm just telling you, as an American man, I've been to other countries, and in certain areas like Belgium, they'll speak 4 or 5 languages, like no problem. I'm over here barely speaking English, speaking the Queen's English for that matter. But go, travel the world, see it for yourself, and support the community. All right? Yeah. Folks, ain't gonna take nothing. We still, brothers, we quick. I'm kidding. No, folks, one more time again, thank you for the San Diego representatives, National City Chamber of Commerce representative, San Diego. Would you go to Harvard, didn't you?
I did. I got my master's at Harvard.
Girl went to Harvard over there like Obama's in them. Huh? Bill Gates.
That's right.
People hate Bill Gates. I'm like, Bill Gates was doing what you weren't doing. He should be getting up, right? You should give him a degree on purpose.
My sisters heard me say this. Bill Gates is my dad. He paid for all of my education through undergraduate school at UC Berkeley.
What?
He did. I was first
You know how
generation.
much money he got?
I was first generation Bill and
That
Melinda
fell out
Gates
his
Millennium
pocket.
Scholar.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. So
Congratulations.
blessings. Yes, bless his heart
Man,
and
you
his
gave me a little
foundation.
tip. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there you go.
I could brought something else up. And you? Did you go to school?
School of Hard Knocks.
I like that. You gotta knock them damn food down his damn throat. The first thing we gotta do is put it in the dirt and then grow it organically as best we can, without the GMOs and everybody else putting the damn.
We gotta eat.
We gotta eat. Like, look at that big piece of corn. That's a huge piece of corn. That's the GMO on it. Must be GMO.
No GMO. Say no to GMO.
Say no to GMO. One more thing before we leave, because you guys make me laugh. What was one of your funniest moments in business? Like, just a funny moment that happened to you, like a bug. I mean, give me something that happened to you in your business that's been funny, that happened to you recently.
Just trying to keep my youth doing well. I've raised my daughters eating organic food, and the first thing that they do when they sneak out is they go and get those hot Cheetos. So,
They're delicious.
It's like I cry and laugh at the same time. So just kind of encourage them. But now, they've grown up to be amazing artists, all 3 of my daughters. And so, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when you're trying to do something, but you see them trying to do the opposite, but then they come back home. So that's my story.
You give them a minute, right? Let them go out there and smell the flowers. You good? Nothing funny? Come on, there's Sun Chamber of Commerce. You gotta have some laughter. You don't got no comedy show there either.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put a comedy club
funny,
in there.
but it's a hardworking crew. We do events like 24/7, and you're just
give me a fun
delirious,
event.
right?
Give me a
At
fun
the end of the
event.
night.
Give me a fun event.
Oh, our mariachi fest. Come on. That's
All right,
fun.
okay.
That's fun. Of course, that's fun.
Okay,
You got a
yeah.
VIP area with the tequila bar and some Cerveceria Exteca, Fred Sotelo.
Oh, okay. They got the beer. They got the little plug. You get the plug. Fred, you get the plug, Fred. You know what time it is. You know, Dave.
Fred, it's all love, right?
Yeah,
From
it's all
National
love.
City.
Valentine's Taco Shop, too. But anyway, Chula Vista, that's my people right there. Valentine's. Folks, appreciate your time again. One more time for those people, thank you. Candace J, 89.1 FM, Candace J, .org, Social Justice. Also, again, Channel 4 TV, Viceland, and the Showman. Stop playing. Peace.